The drive to my parents' house felt heavier than usual, the car's low hum blending with the crunch of ice beneath the tires. My 8-year-old sat quietly in the passenger seat, sketching small shapes on a scrap of paper. I kept glancing at her, trying to steady myself through her calm. Memories of last Christmas lingered like something fragile and sharp, and I didn't want to touch them. But we were already there. The moment we walked in, my sister's smirk appeared, quick and automatic. My mother barely glanced up from the table she was setting. My father's voice carried that familiar edge, the one that always warned me trouble was coming. Dinner started politely enough, small talk, bright lights buzzing overhead, forks clinking against plates. By the third course, the tension was unmistakable, a sideways look, a cutting comment, and suddenly my father's hand rested on my shoulder, guiding me toward the door. "You two should leave," he said quietly but firmly. "Now," my sister leaned in, her tone almost gleeful. "Yeah, leave and don't come back." My mother followed, her voice softer but far more painful. "Christmas is better without you." I stopped, my daughter's hand still in mine. I didn't plead or react. I simply said, calmly, "Then you won't mind me doing this." I let the words hang. The room went silent. My father froze, gripping his chair. My mother's fork hovered midair. My sister blinked, clearly caught off guard. A few minutes later, the shift I had anticipated quietly took hold. I didn't raise my voice or push back. Small, deliberate actions the way I placed a gift. The pause before setting a dish down made it clear that control had subtly changed. Hands, the rules they thought were fixed, were suddenly open to question. Authority had shifted. Quietly but permanently. They grew uneasy, scrambling to regain what they assumed they owned. I stayed composed. My daughter watched closely, sensing not just the tension, but something else to that safety could exist even in moments of chaos. My mother whispered, then my father, then my sister, their voices overlapping in anxious pleas. "Undo it. Fix this, please." I listened without interrupting, my heartbeat steady. This was their moment to face, not mine to manage. My dignity ignored for so long, returned without force through calm presence and restraint. We left soon after. Snow crunching beneath the tires, my daughter squeezed my hand, grounding me as much as I grounded her. The relief on her face said everything. We were okay. And that mattered more than anything they could take. The drive home was quiet, but peaceful. I replayed the night in my mind, weighing the emotional cost. There was no joy in what happened. No triumph, just the understanding that the balance had shifted and we had weathered the storm without giving ourselves away. When we reached our apartment, city lights reflected off frosted windows, and I felt something new. Clarity. Growth didn't need to be loud. Power didn't need to overpower. Respect, once reclaimed, was enough. Later, as my daughter slept, I thought about the strength of silence, the impact of unspoken words, and the power of choosing restraint. Some wounds were still there, but they no longer controlled me. I had taken back a part of myself without destroying anyone else, and that felt like enough. In that quiet moment, I understood that families can fracture, betrayal can cut deep, and dignity can still endure. There was no dramatic ending, no sweeping resolution, just a calm acceptance that some things can't be undone, and some lessons, once learned, change you forever. And as my daughter breathed softly beside me, I knew we had come through intact, stronger in ways they would never be able to measure or take away.